Good morning, my friends. Sifu here, Artist of Truth, giving you an update on my status, at least, with the 30 days of only juices and liquid. I was originally doing smoothies in the morning, and now I'm just on straight juice, just fruit juices and green juices. That's just for myself. And I'm in a heavy state of detox right now, so I'm starting to get these, I know I said it before, these knots, and my body was already fairly clean, mostly, I supposed, and I'm still pushing out these things from all of the years of drinking milk and eating macaroni and cheese and spicy chicken combos. It definitely embeds itself deep into our bodies. And all of these areas in our cells and in our brains, the body, in order to survive, protects itself by encapsulating all of these mucousy, nasty things. Otherwise, we would die from all of this abuse. So it stays in there, even though every so many years we're regenerating our cells. Those things have been stored within our bodies, and they're just shuffled around. But when we start to detox in our fat cells, we burn fat instead of the sugar when we don't get all of that sugar from candy bars and all of those things. And our body starts to use that for fuel, so it's immediately pushed into our bloodstream. When it goes into our bloodstream, then it comes out of our body in boils or in rashes or in eye crusties in the morning or in our breath. All of these things, but you must stick it out. And I'm in a heavy stage of the detox right at this moment myself, and I haven't eaten anything like that in many years. But just doing the water or juice or liquids and such, and your body has the time to really get into a deep healing state and forces this stuff out. Could have been in there for 15 years or more. It's hanging out in the body. So right now I'm at that point. So if you're feeling that, anytime you're doing this, or if you just switch to raw food, if you're eating raw after eating another way for many years, and all of the starchy noodles and all of those things that we all did, then you will experience it. And don't feel like, oh, well, when I eat a cookie or I run out to Dunkin' Donuts, I feel so much better, or I'm hurting, or I feel bad, so I just need to eat. No. You need to hang in there. You need to be able to feel sick or to be sick so that your body can get that stuff out. The moment you go and you have sugar or you have a piece of chicken, then all of that mucus and nastiness goes, and it goes right back into the body. It comes out of the bloodstream. You need to get it out. So we need to go through that. We need to have the crusty and the mucus coming from every area, because then it's not in the body. So we just have to stick it out. And after about 3-4 days of that, once you get past it, then what's on the other side? Being able to breathe and being able to sleep, being able to move, and say you have a joint, or I've broken my legs twice over the years. And in training in Kung Fu, in 2010, I suffered a severe leg injury. And eating this way and being pure helps the body to heal. So you may have experienced something years ago and you haven't been able to bend your knee or your elbow or your wrist or your leg or your ankle hasn't been able to bend properly, or it's always bothered you. And when you do deep tissue regeneration through raw foods, green juices, purification, no fats, well, some fats, you have to have fats, but no high fat, and salts, all of the high salts, and lots of artificial sugars. Our brains need sugar. They need the sugar to survive, the glucose. Our bodies do. But fruit sugar is entirely different. It's natural. That's what the body has when it's in the form of a fruit and not in corn syrup, drained from and processed and changed in that way. Then it's the same. But when you eat an orange or an apple, your body gets the proper sugar in the proper channels at the proper time, and it uses it more efficiently. If you do your there's all kinds of research out there, and all of these corporations are going to put out their own little studies about meat and what it does. And just 2 days ago, I was listening to public radio, and I heard one myself, that if you consume more than 7 ounces of red meat a month, you're highly prone to cancer of the rectal area and the prostate and all of these things, if you're a man with a prostate, or the colon. So, and this was done at a Harvard study over a 20-year period. 7 ounces. That's astronomical to think about how much steak or how much red meat or pork or these things that we as Americans have consumed in our lives. I know that there was a time when I surely ate a steak. You go to the Japanese restaurant, get a steak dinner, or chicken dinner, chicken and steak and shrimp, everything. I've done it all as well. I just don't now. One day and I was always fit. There is a difference between being fit and being healthy. I know people who look fit, but internally they're suffering their bodies. They can't sleep. They have chronic indigestion, all of these things. They're using the steroids and they get big, but it's not the same type of musculature. It's not lean, pure muscle for power, functional. Now you can get big and get a little bigger if your body structure is bigger. My body structure is not very, very large. I'm a little shrimp myself, a little skinny fellow. But I am in shape. I am ripped and I am healthy. But you can be ripped and have your little Bruce Lee persona going, but not be healthy. So we have to consider to ourselves, at what point do we want to change our lives and be healthy, and inner and outer beauty, and have everything flowing. And I am super excited going through these different phases myself. And don't beat yourself up too much. I have bounced back and forth with this kind of thing for over a decade, 10 years, but 5 years ago I decided that this is it. It's time for me to do this right. And in the beginning, you don't realize that when you're detoxing, that stuff's going into your bloodstream. And I've done it too. I start going, oh, I feel so bad. And I start to crave things in the middle of the night. Everyone does. You just have to tough it out. And once you get past it, the light is on the other side. And you feel so much better that you will. And when you don't, guess what? You're depressed. And you feel, oh, I did all this work. And now, I got up in the middle of the night and ate crackers or a candy bar or something like that. And that's how it happens in the beginning. But eventually, you do get past it. And you still battle. Anytime you do a detox, even after all these years, you still have a craving. I may crave something that I haven't eaten in years. It's because it's in the blood. And if you don't know, then you just assume, oh, my body needs something. Or people are afraid for you. Go talk to your doctor. If your body's craving sugar, then you need it. Your body's craving it because it's dumping it into your bloodstream. Just pouring all of this sugar and this greasy fat chicken oil that you had 12 years ago that's still in the body that you never got out. When you start to do this cleanse and you get into Shaolin monk mode where your body's on super ninja and you're getting to that level of detox, it's pushing out everything that you had in there that it's getting rid of it. It's getting rid. So the moment it hits your bloodstream and you think, wow, I could probably eat a half a gallon of ice cream right now, because all that sugar just dumped into your bloodstream and you feel terrible. You go, oh, I feel bad. But you get past it. So that's to give my perspective. So people, my students think sometimes, and I've been called Superman, they joke and pick with me because I do this, professional fasting and all of this stuff. But I feel it too. You listen to my voice on this detox right now. All of these things coming out. It doesn't mean I'm sick or doesn't mean I'm unhealthy or anything like that. It means that right now the body is doing what I want it to do. It's getting rid of it. Pushing it out into my lungs and into my joints. I'm getting these rashes on my neck, behind my legs, on my back. And I'm still astonished that after all this time that type of stuff still comes out of my body. So I'm in this for the long run. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to really see for myself. As I say, artist of truth means expressing for myself and discovering for me what the true limitations and the true capabilities of our human form really are, and not what someone has set out for me. And if during this process I expire, then I will surely be happy, and knowing that I was doing what I needed to do to heal myself. But I've never known anyone to do this and come out of it going, you know what? I wish I'd just keep eating chicken. I wish I'd have stayed there. Once you achieve that health, when you go raw, and you truly do go raw, you never go back to that food. Never. You may, once you try. I remember after doing this for a little while, and I was new at it, I started feeling terrible. And everyone's, oh, you need to eat something. I had one piece of turkey. This was years and years ago. I was so sick for 3 days straight. It made me realize what that really was for my body. Once it is gone, and you try to put it back in, it's like heroin. You cleanse the body, but when you're going through that cleanse, that's all you want. Your body's going to push all that drug back out in your system, and you're shaking and foaming, and it's just terrible. But you're done with it. And if you, after years of being clean, if you were to use again, you would just vomit and be in terrible shape. And those of you, I've spoken with these people I've never done it. But I've trained people and I've counseled people that have done those drugs. And they all say the same thing. We quit for a while. We went back. It was so bad. Once you get past it, you will feel so much better. You can find all of the proof of these companies that the food that we eat, you're not even tasting just the food. And these guys, they admit it openly. And we, as sheep, fall into this, and we don't even notice that these guys are admitting openly that they put things in our food to addict us to it, so that our brain receives the chemical reaction, and we respond to it the way a drug addict responds to drugs. Charged up. What was that? I like that. That was good. And the more you have it, the more you feel like you need it. So it is time to stop being a sheep to these corporations and to